back to PrepperNow. Thanks for joining me over on the crisis report. For those who did that, I want to start with Brazil. So, as the crisis report lays out, this big battle's going on, basically with Brazil and Elon Musk. Now, Michael Schellenberger is a conservative journalist, whatever you want to call him. He says that Brazil is now a dictatorship. It is run by two men, President Lula and Supreme Court Justice Alexander de Moraes. Okay? They are today ending both freedom of speech and free markets. Brazil is no longer safe for foreign investment, and its currency should reflect that. Now, before I get started, if you wanted all of this stuff to stop, and you're just like, you know what, I think speech is a fundamental human right, people would get off of their lazy butts, and they would not put money into anything that they figured out was doing this kind of stuff. Earlier today, there's a guy by the name of, I won't name his name, but he said basically, hey, I see that you're, a government employee, assuming that, because I'm an educator, that I'm employed by the state. I mean, there are parochial schools, but let's go into what he said. And he said, maybe you don't get it, kind of thing. And he kind of proceeded to get mad. Now, I don't know, and I'm not saying this to challenge him or anything like that, but I'm seeing this as a phenomenon more and more, and I call it displaced anger. He kind of got mad because he's like, what are you doing about it? And he congratulated me on having a, fairly successful YouTube channel and all that. It's like, okay. But he kind of seemed like, this is the read I got, and I could be wrong. He's kind of mad that nobody's doing anything. And it was kind of well, what are you doing about it? I think that's fair. I think that's valid. And again, I'm not ripping on this guy. And honestly, I'm sure we share anger at a lot of different stuff. We need to put our anger into the right ways. And we need to do it in ways that are going to actually be productive. And I could solve a lot of this right now if people do it. And I do get mad when people get lazy. Not people like the person who posted that I wish I had it in front of me, but because I probably am not doing it justice. It wasn't a mean tweet. It wasn't anything like that. I get the guy's anger. But I think there's a little bit of a displacement to it. And, look at this guy. I mean, my God. Anyway, he's kind of like, what are we, he's basically was like, what are we all doing about it? We're all just sitting here pissing and moaning, right? You can do something right now. Don't put any of your money into anything where they do things like censorship, okay? Nothing. Getting mad and thinking you're going to fight someone or go after one of these people, that's not going to do it. Every country, every business, everything that believes that freedom of speech is important should completely and totally divest from the country of Brazil. When they said that, basically when he said, everybody who's got any kind of finance or anything with the country should divest. Exactly. If Bud Light is doing things you don't like, never buy a Bud Light. Never buy anything. You figure out who the company is. You figure out all of their other products, and you don't use them. Now, I know there's websites out there and all this, but if this gets any worse, there needs to be a total and complete ban on all of it. In anything that is even just vicariously associated with censorship, they need to get taken out. On YouTube, go. I've been talking on here for many months. and unless something changes, really, you can say most things here. So what these guys are doing is a little bit different, okay? What they're doing is they're completely taking away people's ability to communicate and to get news. And Twitter is the number one news site app in Brazil because people aren't getting real news there. I get a lot of my stuff from Twitter. I get a lot of my stuff from Telegram. Why? Well, they're good, open source, people, unfiltered news. When you're getting, your news put through this dickhead, you're going to have problems, right? So X is, look at this guy. This guy pretty much, I bet he wakes up and looks at himself in the mirror. Like I bet he thinks he is all of that. When you're to take the robes off in the power, he's probably nothing more than, big wuss. But he's got power. He does. So if we had a real government in, and they weren't the crap heads we have in currently, as soon as this guy said anything, he's like, you know what? Everything that we have to do with Brazil, anything, we're taking it away. It's gone. Trump coming out and saying that Facebook lizard bird, if he is doing this kind of stuff, he's going to get thrown into jail. That actually needs to happen. Say what you will between the left and the right. The left actually does it. They come through. Oh, Durov's a terrible right-winger. We need to put him in jail. They put him in jail. The problem with the right is they're like, oh, he's a terrible person. He did all these evil things and it's illegal. We need to put him in jail. And then they don't. They're like, I'm sorry. No. Find them and put them in jail. Make it so their life is going to, because that's what they're going to do eventually. Because that's what this guy doesn't understand. What he doesn't understand is that you can't put everybody away. Today in the United Kingdom, they charged a 11-year-old with rioting. 11-year-old. What are they going to do? Put him into one of the wonderful prisons over there where they're run by, kind of people? I mean, what are you going to do? Put an 11-year-old with those kids. Yeah, that sounds great. You have to take money away from these people. You have to. Absolutely not insisting that our countries have the same free speech laws as the United States. The fundamental issue at stake here is that Judge de Moraes demands we break Brazil's own laws. We simply won't do that. And that's what Elon is saying. And that's basically what this guy is saying. He's like, honestly, F the law. I don't like what you're saying, so you need to break the law and you need to do my bidding. Why? Because I think I'm awesome. I've got power in a black robe. I bet you got a penis about 2 inches long too, dude. To our users in Brazil and around the world, X remains committed to protecting your freedom of speech. It's always the tiny dicks that do this stuff. Musk says that SpaceX is going to continue to provide Starlink in Brazil to schools and hospitals for free. Many remote schools and hospitals depend on SpaceX's Starlink. SpaceX will provide internet service to users in Brazil for free until the matter is resolved. Meanwhile, Captain Dickhead up here, he doesn't like it when they come out and they accuse the guy of basically being a corrupt piece of crap. Guess what, dude? You're a corrupt piece of crap. This guy in this entire country should be starved of everything financial. Make it so they're not going to stop until you take their money away. That is their God. They don't believe in a God, Jesus Christ. They don't believe in anything else. They believe in the God of money. That's what it is. So, kudos to, look at this dude. Seriously. That's an evil look. There's a lot of sociopath going on there. They did a study sociologically of people in power, and almost all of them, whether they're CEOs or like leaders of countries or whatever, Most of them do have sociopathic tendencies. It's proven. Because to get to those things of power, you got to do a bunch of evil crap usually. You got to undermine people. You got to do things. You don't get there because of your extreme benevolence. You get there like looking like this jackass. Okay? Seriously. One day after Brazilian Supreme Court Judge Alexander de Moraes threatened to suspend social media platform X unless Elon Musk appoints a new legal representative in 24 hours, the judge dubbed Brazil's Darth Vader issued a subpoena against the company. Now, I'm going to get one of the companies, oh, you just love Elon Musk. I don't trust Elon Musk as far as I can friggin' bowl him. It doesn't matter. It could be freaking Popeye over here. It doesn't matter. This dick is trying to stop freedom of speech. And currently, and not always, and yeah, they should be better about not having double standards, but Elon's doing about as bang up of a job out there as any place. So I'm going to take the wins, as I said the other night. Despot. Supreme Court Justice Alexander de Moraes froze Starlink access. So he goes in. I mean, look at this guy. Seriously. Who smiles like that? So this guy has suspended Starlink. He's going after X. He's just basically trying to censor the country. Why? Because a lot of things are coming out about how he's basically breaking the laws and the Constitution. This is the Supreme Court judge. Like, they're the ones that are supposed to uphold the Supreme Court or the Constitution of the country. And, Tiny Dick Darth over here, that's your new name, dude. TDD. Tiny Dick Darth over here, is doing whatever he can to undermine it for censorship. Do you not understand what's going on? They want to take all of your voice. It doesn't matter where you are. It could be America, it could be Brazil, it could be, China, it could be anywhere. Doesn't matter. Western Europe. They're trying to take away your ability to share information and to speak freely because of corrupt pieces of crap like this guy. If you're doing evil stuff and you can shut everybody up about it, are you going to do it? Of course you are. Of course you are. So, I'm not saying that this lovely lady I'm about to click on is the same as this guy, but she is at the behest of other people. Kamala had her big interview with CNN today. First talk with anyone in the press in quite some time. She had Mr. Waltz with her as well. And evidently it didn't go so well. So she sat down with Tim Waltz and preview clip. I mean, this is pre-taped. It's not like she had to even sit there and answer on the fly. I mean, she can't even do that. So Dana Bash, ex-husband, is CIA. And he signed the disinfo letter about Hunter Biden. So now you got an idea where they're coming from. Tossed Harris what should have been a well-rehearsed softball, asking how voters should look at some of the changes you've made. Is it because you have more experience now and you've learned more about the information? So the greatest thing about all this is she supposedly have more experience in leadership, right? Well, she came down and she said the prices of everything are too high. We need to stop the price raising of everything. Everything is too high. It's too high, folks. Who in the F is running the country then? It's like me blaming my neighbor because my grass is too high. Man, you really need to mow. Bro, look at your knees, So, anyway. It didn't look good. Now, they're calling her names. I mean, I'll just go with oblivious, okay? So they're looking at some of the changes you made. Is it because you have more experience now and you've learned more about the information? Is it because you were running for president in a Democratic primary? And should they feel comfortable and confident that what you're saying now is going to be your policy moving forward? you know, as it says here, are you full of isht for changing all of your policy things to basically be what the GOP is? That's what they did yesterday. They're like, oh, yeah, they hate our policies. I know. We'll just get the GOP policies. So, I mean, she says, I think the most important and most significant aspect of my policy perspective and decisions is my values have not changed. You mentioned the Green New Deal. I have always believed, and I have worked on it, that the climate crisis is real, and this is an urgent matter to which we should apply metrics that could include holding ourselves to deadlines around the time. Okay. But here's the problem. Our economy is in really bad shape right now, whether you choose to believe that or not. You're coming out with dumb ideas like 25% taxation on unrealized gains, this is the financial instruments and stuff like that. That is going to make it so anybody who invests into anything, because unrealized gains can be a lot of different things, anybody who invests into anything is not going to invest into America at 25% taxation on unrealized gains. 46% corporate tax. Why are they going to come here at 46 and then go down the road for 35? Because they can. You don't need to, it's a global market. You don't need to incorporate America. So, now how am I tying her to Mr. Moraes? Do you really think it's too far of a slog from her doing all the flip-flopping and I'm going to give you everything that you want, you know, basically what the other side is saying, but Democrat style, which is basically I'm going to say it, but I'm not going to do it. Do you really think it's a far push to go from that to what's going on down in Brazil? They've already been accused, you know, and backed up by big tech via Zuckerberg that they're basically trying to censor people. They target people. They go out and they say, hey, you can't say that, or, you know, we need to make it so nobody sees them, you know. So they take the power that they have and they put it into them stopping, you know, broadcasts of certain people. Not that I would have any idea about that. You know, go in and make it that things that need to be heard and considered, a little critical thinking, well, it doesn't get seen by people. You know, you can bury people, you can shadow ban, you can do all kinds of stuff. Greg Price says, I think I'm starting to understand why they don't let this woman do unscripted interviews with the media. It doesn't matter what her gender is, okay? She's a female, okay. What matters is that she is a total puppet, and it could be a he. I mean, they could do what used to be called yellow dog Democrats. They put a yellow dog up with a big fat D next to it for Democrat. These idiot voters will vote for it, right? Now that's basically what she is. She is there to hold the mantle to get them in, so they can get all their little minions and stuff in the background working on policy. All the people that we get super mad at that are taking us to a third world war. You know, these anyway. So yeah, she that's funny. She had emotional support from Mr. Waltz. 18-minute interview. I mean, this is a pre-scripted softball CNN interview, and she couldn't even get through it. Now, I heard tonight, thanks to one of my subscribers, that Trump didn't sit there and blather on and blather on and blather on the mic, and he actually was pretty succinct for Trump on his speech in Michigan, and it was very well received. Maybe the attempt on Trump is a good thing, you know, and I'm not saying it's a good thing in like he almost but like now he can't be up there as long. Like maybe it had some not a good thing. That's the wrong way to put it. Had some good unintended consequences. That's the way to put it. Some good unintended consequences. I can't wait for the person to come. You said in 20 minutes that it was good for Trump to die. Yeah. If that makes him speak shorter and not as just meandering like the GOP thing, that was just like, come on, bro. Too much. It's going to help him. She can't even go 18 minutes. It's not helping her. And they know it. They know that she's not able to speak publicly. I mean, Trump can speak publicly. He's not eloquent by any stretch. He's redundant. He repeats stuff, ad nauseum, all that. But like I told my wife, you can mute Trump, but I can still get on like a holiday. Like I can go on a holiday. I can go on vacation. We can take trips. We can get the organic food under Trump. I can't get it with those two D-bags. They're going to screw that up. I'd rather mute Trump and have him and be able to buy stuff than have these two, well, I thought they were eloquent. I guess they're not, but you get the point. I mean, it's just... So, yeah, her values haven't changed, but her policies have. Yeah. She is a word salad. So... My policies are completely different, but my values are the same. Okay, wonderful. There she is. There's word salad right there, saying whatever she can to get it done, get into office. Meanwhile, 30% of Americans are cutting back on spending. Yeah. It says while consumer confidence has risen to a high in August. Who are they like polling? I mean, will they go like to Park City, Utah, and ask Bezos and Soros how they're doing? Seriously. Consumer confidence has risen to a high in August. 30% of Americans have cut their spending due to concerns on the economy. Oh, great! I get to get the really good wheat bread instead of the white bread I've been eating. Yay. According to TD Bank, it's time for consumers to curb their spending. Well, we're doing so great. Why would they? Well, I guess we're not doing so great. We're also seeing consumers feel like they've actually had the ability and the confidence to manage their finances. It's just a lot of work and necessitates a fair amount of grit and work to be able to manage your cash flow. So basically, people have figured out that they can't buy anything anymore, and so now they just got to tighten the belt, but it's not so bad that they're losing their house. Am I missing anything? Yeah, managing your budget is tough. Not going out and buying whatever the heck car you want when you can't afford it, that's tough. Yeah, real tough. Americans continue to be quite resilient. Fred explains, emphasizing that it's a lot of work and a lot of anxieties for consumers. TD Bank survey also found 67% of respondents to be losing sleep, but everything's great. How are you losing sleep if you're confident? I mean, seriously. This is one of the most contradictory articles I've ever read. Oh, the confidence has never been higher. Oh, it's great. By the way, 67% can't sleep at night over their finances. I mean, I don't know. Am I missing something? Am I not figuring this out? Knowledge really is power. And when you think about it, how you're spending, where you're spending, if you don't necessarily know what those are, it's really hard to build a budget. Here's an idea. You find out what you're bringing in, okay? And let's say you're bringing in a collective $4,000 a month. You keep everything that you're spending on under $3,000 a month. Whoa, or $3,500 depending. And I know as you're listening to that, I'm saying that out loud. I'm like, you couldn't even do that if you tried. That's how bad it is. So I don't know where the consumer confidence thing is coming from. But like, I learned, you figure out, okay, so after everything's taken out, I get a paycheck. Paycheck's got X amount in there. And over the month, I make $4,000 as a family, okay? So that means that my mortgage should be no more than $1,000. Is that possible? No. My food should be no more than $1,000. Maybe possible. My bills should be no more than $1,000. No, not really possible. Have you seen power bills lately? Seriously. $1,000 for all of your bills? Can't do it. And then, $1,000 for gas and food. Can you do that as a family? No. So yeah, the people are stressed out. They are. And we've got, the old word salad here saying, I put one of her word salads up on Crisis Report, but, they don't even like fake it anymore. It's not like they try to like make you believe they believe in what they say. They don't even care. She can't even do an 18-minute pre-taped thing. Meanwhile, they're going to do everything they can to make it so she gets in. That's why the states, like I just found out, North Carolina is not taking RFK in because, again, there's a bunch of people back there that really want the country to slink into a recession, I guess, or worse. So they're taking away the ability to use AI to do things to make, memes and stuff. And, there's a famous one that's out there now where it's Kamala and Trump. They're like a married couple. And they've got a little baby, and it's like a little Trump baby. Supremely cute little kid. They're like trying to ban that. So if they're starting there, where are they going to go if she gets in power? She's going to be the female Lord Vader. Let me find this guy again. That look. There he is. Find the better one. She's going to become Lord Vader. Yeah. How in God's green earth is she up in Georgia? Seriously. The inner polling shows Pennsylvania, she's not doing well. Seriously, all of this. Like, all of a sudden, like, Joe is down, what, like 5% or something in all these? Oh, but we put Kamala in. Now we're just suddenly all super gung-ho for Democrats. Makes no sense whatsoever. So, yeah. 263 to 256. Sure. Swings, Arizona, Trump up by 3. Georgia, Harris is up by 1. How? I don't know. Michigan, Harris is up by 3 because Jocelyn Benson is going to kick your toddler in the head if you don't, question everything. Nevada, all right. North Carolina, no. Pennsylvania, no. They say it's a tie. Inner polling. The other thing is that all these polls are crap. So they're just to build the narrative. They want. Where is he? Where's the guy? What do they do? They switch it? Where's Evil Man? Give me little Dick Vader. Where's his picture? Where's his picture? Anyway, well, there he is, right there. Sorry. I wanted that one where it looked like he was about to bite your dog's head off. Look at this guy. That's where we're going. In fact, I think if you shave off Kamala's hair, give her a black wardrobe, she might look pretty similar. Yeah, they don't want us to be able to speak freely. They want full and total control. The only way to get around it, folks, is to, yeah, you should vote, but take your money away from the system. All you can. Do everything you can to make it so they don't get your money. If it's a company you disagree with, like, say, Microsoft, you know what I mean? Take your money away, okay? That's their God. But this is, this is coming here. I mean, the guy on the left, this Moraes guy, is basically doing whatever he wants. He's shirking the Constitution of Brazil. He's messing with people that work for Elon. Elon's, down there trying to do some good things, seems. Trying to get Starlink into some schools and stuff. And, little Dick Vader over there, he doesn't like some of the nasty things that are said. So he's censoring, he's silencing. Big fight's coming, like someone said. There's a referendum on free speech on the ballot coming up, folks. So you need to tell people to get out there and do it. Because what happens is when they take that away, they start to go and they start to come after other things. They start with your speech, and then they move on to other things. As in, speech is number one, and then they go after number two. Hopefully you're picking up what I'm putting down. All right, friends, we're going to call it on that one. God bless. Hit that like button, almost to 100, please. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all of you in the support. If you want to be awesome like Garvin over here, Stormy, and support the channel with a $2 donation a month through the membership program. That is wonderful. Thank you. Also, you can join us on Locals and X, or not X, well, I'm on X, but you can join us on Locals and Subscribestar. That is a great place to get some information that will definitely get you kicked out of Brazil. I have not been able to post today, and it's not the norm, but I'll get there tomorrow. So, I appreciate you. Keep doing things. Keep prepping. Don't run away from fights. Don't be an idiot and run into a fight with, violence. Pardon me. And to my friend that was asking some questions, maybe, just maybe, let's try to work together, okay? Because I know that I'm just as angry as you are, and let's make sure that our disdain is targeted at Tiny Dick Vader and not people that are trying to fight the good fight, because I'm sure you're trying to fight the good fight too. All right, what finger just told me to go. God bless, friends. See you on the next one.